just undead. Better get this where it's needed.
Beware the ancient that sleeps here, dweller. Death and blight have not tempered its rage.
Corruption, undead. I'd say we found out who's responsible.
Benora! Look out!
Take it down!
Energy from the Fate Tear.
That should weaken it.
Got him in position.
That should weaken it. Another Fate Tear closed, another Revenant destroyed, and another essence gained. That makes 3 essences. We should start looking for somewhere to use them. It's gone. And the Fate Tear too. That'll slow down the gods' plans. At least on this island. Must be why the Revenants were raised, to keep that door sealed. Time to see what the gods are hiding in there. Light up ahead?
More blight. There's no end to it.
You can feel it down there. Ready?
We're more than ready.
Eyes up. Weapons ready. It's been feeding on the blight. Destroy it before the corruption eats us alive!
staunched. The Evanura cease their gnawing. The crossroads heals. A sanctum renewed, dweller, as is needed.
That was just a fragment of Mythal? Can you imagine all of her?
The deeper currents.
Hey, Antoine. Evka?
I can still hear it. Though it is giving me a headache.
Please be careful.
With the container? It's very sturdy. I tested it.
What? When? And how?
Am I interrupting?
No. Our study of the new blight continues.
We know the gods changed the Blight. We think it changed more than they realized, or altered itself after.
It's answering to something other than gods.
Okay, that's not good news. But you're making progress with your studies.
Yes. Well, there's more to learn, but yes.
So what's the Blight answering to?
Remember the strange call I heard after the Lavendale battle? It was here, in the wetlands.
We think the source is out a ways, towards the redoubt.
I can tell it's something large, rooted. A construct of the Blight itself. An eruption controlling the rest. What that could mean. Everything that calls the Blight impacts the Wardens. We withstand it. But gods, archdemons, it all adds strain.
If the eruption calls the Blight, then it could mess with us too. Spark the calling sooner. We'll lose ourselves, along with the wetlands.
Should you have told me all this? About the calling?
First Warden would have said no.
You're our friend. You chase archdemons and fight the Blight. It seems fair you know what this means.
Antoine, you hear stuff in the Blight, more than some of the others. Are you...
Yes. A little sensitive, but it's not calling to me. Not yet. Like everyone else, I'll know when that changes.
So how do I help?
Figured you'd be in. Remember those samples you found when we first arrived? Based on our studies, Antoine made an alchemical flame. It's impressive. It should destroy the eruption.
Theoretically. At least the last batch was stable. Mostly.
But if the eruption's controlling the Blight and it gets attacked, then the Blight around Lavendale might respond.
Yes, its roots are everywhere, and spreading. I can feel them.
These people can't lose their blight experts. I can go after the eruption.
While we guard against nasty side effects here.
Stay safe, or as safe as you can.
I've no fear when Evka's at my back.
You've always got me.
The blight poisons so much. Water, plants, animals, people. Some would call the wetlands dead already. But they're not. It's not too late. Whatever the eruption means for the waters, we can leave this place better. It's what we're supposed to do.
We'll take our stand in the sheltered glade. Meet us there when you're done.
Be ready. There's definitely something in here. Something wrong.
Right. Okay. Tell us if we're getting close.
The eruption's on the other side of that barrier.
We'll need to cut off the tendrils to break through.
While fighting off darkspawn.
All right, better move before more darkspawn show up.
The ledge. Vantage point for taking out the tendrils.
A ballista.
Never turn down one of those.
We're through.
Let's see what's at the heart of this.
What is that the blight eruption?
It's huge.
The darkspawn are protecting us. We need to take them out.
Damn it!
Davern?
I can hear that eruption. The light's spreading. We need to stop it.
What's happening?
The eruption's not happening. Just keep fighting. You're not falling to it.
Ranged attackers.
This is it. Let's get that eruption. All right, we strike and the whole thing goes up. All right, time to destroy this thing.
They aren't blighted. Were they dormant?
Maybe. They're beautiful. Much like you. Ah, Rook, hi!
We knew when you hit that eruption. The blight around Lavendel reacted. And there was a sound in it. Like nothing we've heard before.
What happened in there? What was it like?
Now there's a story to get people's attention. I'll tell it at every campfire.
Just give us stuff for our notes, too.
Of course. But I'll add an extra explosion to the version I tell Isabella.
When the eruption was destroyed, some of the bigger tendrils pulled back. The remaining blight won't vanish overnight, but it's a good sign. And this place opened up.
The flowers here, they managed to survive, buried, untouched. They have a chance to return now.
That's incredible. I wasn't expecting flowers.
It's what we're here to do, to make this possible again.
We thought the Grey Warden's purpose would end when the last archdemons died.
And that time's almost here. It's unbelievable!
The Order is those of us left now. When the archdemons fall, some wardens will hang up their swords. Until they're calling, at least.
So the wardens are finished?
No, our numbers may get smaller, but Efka and I will be here. Others will stay too.
There's still blight in the world. There's something new calling to it. And to us.
There's blight inside us too. If it changed out there, have we changed as well?
What matters is that if new evils show up, we'll be here to keep them back.
Are you doing okay with all this? Really?
Don't worry, I'm good. I've got everything I need right here.
Me too.
Do you really think something inside you has changed?
It's possible. Or maybe we're the same. But does that mean we'll be the same? You can't sense the blight. But trust us, it feels different. And the sound is changing too.
As for what it means, it's like Antoine said. We don't know yet.
I'm sure you'll be fine, but if there's anything I can do, just say.
Of course. It's good we answered your first letter. And it didn't catch fire.
What?
It may have come close to an explosive, but we all met in the end.
The blight feels relentless most of the time. We see what it does up close.
The world dying. How it spreads. But we keep going.
And look, These flowers can make it back.
They really can. And they're beautiful.
I think so.
Lavendel was named for flowers. They must have been everywhere before. When we get back...
We can stay here a bit longer first.
Oh, yes. I thought I heard birds earlier. Maybe we can find them?
The wetlands aren't fully healed.
But some places barely come back at all.
Yeah. Pushing back the blight? It's possible.
I'm so glad we saw this. I can't wait to tell Tosh they like Lavendel.
I've just got news from Ventus.
You spend far too much time here, Dorian.
This is where all my favorite people are. Besides, I have news, and every messenger bird I've met is dreadful at nuance.
The damn Venatori up to no good again?
What else? The cult lost people in Arlethan, and leadership has fallen to Knight Commander Lenos. He aims to bring the city to its knees.
But Minrathous is already falling apart.
I know. While the Varantis' attack on the city could have been much worse, the people's fear in the aftermath is palpable.
And the rumors about the Archon are true. He's dead. Assassinated during the Dragon's rampage. The palace has tried to keep the news from spreading until a new Archon steps up.
And no one has?
No one dares. Not with the Venatori circling like vultures. The risen gods are preparing for something big. And for that, they need fear. Chaos.
Just tell me how I stop them. What are they planning?
That's the problem. I don't know. But we'll find out. Lenos is the key to all of it. First, we stop what he's planning for Minrathous.
And then we find out what the gods are preparing for.
Let's hope it stays that simple. One of Lenos' Venatori associates is often at the Cobbled Swan. Let's see what we can get from him.
We? Dorian, you can't be going yourself.
It's the Swan. Everyone goes to the Swan.
I'll head out right now.
That Mayvaris has some steel.
I know. I'm glad she's on our side. We probably shouldn't keep Dorian waiting too long. There's Dorian.
There's Lenos' associate. According to the shadows watching him, he's nervous and doesn't talk much, but does odd jobs for coin. Interesting, yes? I'll draw him off, you check his belongings, see if you can discover any clues about Lenos' plan.
Mostly gone, warm. I don't even know what this is. Ale? Looks like he's been nursing in a half-eaten stale bread, a water flask, muddy socks, and this mat. A bedroll? It's definitely seen better days. And it's damp. Sleeping out in the rain? This all sounds like trouble. Dorian will
What are you
want to
poking
know.
about in there for?
All right.
Hey,
I didn't see you rifling through customers' belongings, did I?
This customer might be associated with Venatori. Be careful.
If he's Venatori, he's not like any hive cat. He comes in when sits in the corner all day. Then he leaves when we close.
Lenos intends to destroy the city with Blight and Darkspawn.
Carthus. Nothing like an attack to cause chaos in a city. You should head there immediately.
All right, let's go.
Better be.
Great hit, Rook.
Take them out.
That's good. Nice hit, bro.
Something tore through these gates. Something big. Watch out! I bet this Darkspawn was what tore through the gates.
Nice move.
Nice hit, Rook.
More blight in the way.
There's always more blight.
That did it. We can...
More? We don't need more dark spawn.
Watch for ranged attack!
Everything's crumbling down here. Might be tricky to get out.
There's something about these tunnels that feels wrong. Not like real caves.
There's another blight boil around here. I can feel it.
Find the blight boils. We need to clear the way and keep pushing. We got it. Way should be clear.
Shadow dragons? How did you find this place? Veilguard, for me! You think you've won? Do you think you can stop the Veilguard? Or the risen gods?
We're certainly gonna try.
Have brought nothing but chaos to the city. Bring these dissidents to justice. That's an order. As you say.
Way to get it done. One less corrupt Templar in Minrathis. Let's look around. See what we find. The Risen Gods ritual. That's what the gods in the Venatori are preparing for. These star charts predict an eclipse to make magic stronger.
A ritual strengthened by an eclipse. That's what the gods are planning.
Lenos's documents. They detail the Venatori's long-term plans and what they want to do to Tevinter. All this, the ritual, the eclipse, and the Venatori plans. We have to bring this to the Shadow Dragons. Immediately.
Time to report back to the Shadow Dragons.
Evil old gods, rituals, waiting for the stars. It's about as Tevinter as blood magic and hubris. Learning about the gods' plans is wonderful, of course. But the lists of magisters you got your hands on, now there's the real gold.
You've looked at it already. Of course you have.
Information on their backers, the ties to illegal slavery. Don't you see what this means? This is power, May.
Imagine becoming Archon and using this against those who've been hurting the people for years.
You, on the throne? Dorian.
Tell me that wouldn't be a splendid way to bring about real change.
Sounds like someone's got a plan.
Goodness, you make me sound absolutely nefarious. I love it. But yes, if the Venatori can scheme, so can we.
But how would you use this information exactly?
Does it to crush our
Team will work in our favor. No, we must get at the root of the problem before they can react. A more forceful approach. Destroy them and their networks utterly.
Swords and spies and blackmail? The devious means you learned in the South? If we go outside the system, we invite everyone else to do the same. No, we have to do this in the open. Show the people of Tevinter that we're here for them.
We're shadow dragons. It's right there in the name. You supported this because you knew the system didn't work for the people.
The point was to work in the shadows until we could work in the light. And Rook has brought us what we need.
May, the Imperium's politics burned you once and you still...
Enough. We're not the only ones who have a stake in this. Rook, you have been instrumental in all this. Which strategy do you prefer?
What sort of change are you trying to achieve?
For a start, slavery. Abhorrent. It needs to go no more.
And Tevinter has been ruled by the Altus Mages for all of its history. That must change. The Zoparati, non-mages, deserve a say in their own governance.
And all that's just the beginning of what will undoubtedly be a long journey.
Dorian, are you really suggesting violent revolution?
Not necessarily. Sometimes a mere threat of violence is sufficient.
He learned that from his friends in the South. I hear Ferelden settled a succession crisis with a duel.
It worked. Astoundingly.
We're not Ferelden.
I'm merely saying we need to consider bold and creative methods of achieving our ends. The game is rigged. Why play by rules crooked magisters already exploit? Clear the board and start over. If they're gone, we can fill the magisterium with those who respect the office. Then we'll actually see progress.
Maevaris, you really believe making this evidence public will work?
Dorian wants to work behind the scenes, but once again, it's the Magisters and Highbloods pulling the Imperium's strings. That doesn't inspire. It's a tactic used by our enemies. We need to show Tevinter that we can be different.
Unless they find some way to bury it? Or leverage their wealth, power, and status as they often have before?
Politics is a long game. If we use force against our enemies, our allies will remember it.
Shouldn't you be on the same side?
We are on the same side. We both know what Tevinter needs. How best to get it, that's the question.
If we went with Dorian's plan, I'd support it fully. But we won't, because he'll come around and realize that I'm right.
And I'd absolutely back you up on that, if you were right, which you aren't.
We'll see.
Will we?
You want me to choose who will be Archon? But I'm not even from here. I can't decide.
Then talk to the ones who are. See what they say. Asher and Tarquin, Nev, Gallus, they're all a part of this, just as you are. We should all be comfortable with whatever course we take.
All right. I'll go do that.
Grand news about Lenos. One less crooked Templar in town.
Leno's got what he deserved.
Makes you smile, doesn't it? Drinks for everyone.
Leno's made my life miserable. Rana's too.
I hear he started out different. Maybe he once cared about something other than gold. But I didn't know that, Lenos. And I'm not going to mourn the one I did. Still, I'll thank the bastard for writing everything down. And delivering it to us all neat.
Dorian and Maevaris still have to decide what to do with everything we got from Lenos.
I just don't know enough about Tevinter to know what's best for its people.
I suspect this decision will determine Tevinter's path for years to come.
Then Dorian's way is my choice. He knows you don't stop to talk when you find a hole in the enemy's defenses.
Dorian is a brash rebel.
And Maevaris too much of a romantic.
I think the people will appreciate Maevaris returning as the leader they've always wanted to see.
No. They'll appreciate their lives actually changing for the better.
What do you think might happen, depending on who leads?
With May, she gets power back again, gets one more shot at changing Tevinter from the top down. Worst that could happen is nothing. But that's what you risk when all you rely on is hope. But with Dorian...
We could get chaos, strife. Things might get harder before they get easier. If they get easier.
I'll take my chances.
And whoever leads will have the Shadow Dragon's support, right?
Count on it.
We'll keep fighting. For Dorian. Or for Maevaris.
What else is there to do in this town, anyway? It rains all the damn time.
So, what do you think?
Lenos is gone. We got information about the Venatori's plans, the god's ritual. Would have liked to see his face when he lost. But having him gone is good enough.
I meant about Maevaris and Dorian. We all want change. Who will be more effective in getting it?
Oh, that. You're dragging me into it?
This is your city. Don't you think you should have a say?
Maevaris Talani has been in this game for decades. She's dedicated and ruthless when she needs to be. Dorian Parvis is a wild card. Flashy and inventive, he'll keep his enemies on their toes. Tevinter needs change, and it needs to stop waiting for it. Asking politely won't work. We need someone who knows that, someone not afraid to get their hands dirty. That person is Dorian.
Thanks, Nev. That helps.
That's what I'm here for.
Maker. A full quarter of the Magisterium supporting a cult. Bending the knee to these risen old gods just for a taste of more power. Can they not see they're only tools for the gods? So they can destroy the world?
Demanding intelligence, rationality, and self-awareness from our peers. You ask too much, Mayfair. Ah, it's Rook. You spoke with the others.
What do you think?
What happens after it's decided who will lead?
Well, Lenos is gone, the cult's numbers are down, and they're scrambling to prepare for the god's ritual. They'll be distracted. It's a perfect opportunity to get our preparations in order.
All plans contingent on surviving the current disaster, of course.
Dorian should lead.
Then it is decided. Of course, it only makes sense, but... Ha! Look at me! The sudden pressure.
You won't be alone. All of us are behind you. The Shadow Dragons, the city, her people.
It will take all of them to overcome the risen gods.
You'll find a way to bring them together.
The people know they don't want blight-ridden fiends in their city. They don't need me to tell them. I can, however, show them how to fight. Gods, cults, evil magisters, nothing will stand in our way of forging a new Tevinter.
A word when you have a moment. Greetings, Rook. It is good to see you helping the Lords of Fortune again.
Hey, Rowan. Good to see you. How's your seer work?
The seers speak for the spirits, and they always have needs.
Right. What do you need me to do?
Years ago, when mages rebelled across Southern Thedas, Templars from the Southern Chantry marched upon Ravine. They declared our mages criminals and killed many of us. The unacknowledged pain of that injustice twists spirits into demons. Stop the demons and let compassion ease that pain, and the land will be safer.
I'll see what I can do.
better be ready. You've got trouble on your right. Make it hurt.
Excellent form, Rook. Well, that's a relief.
Glinting, gleaming, stealing us with steel. Splinters flying as they kick in the door to our home.
That's a problem. Nice move. On to you. Good work, everyone.
Baking in my armor. So much hotter here than back in Ferelden. Kill on sight. But they don't look like abominations. They just look sad.
On your guard.
Ranged incoming! Pick them out!
That's a win.
We ran, but they chased us. We tried to surrender, but they killed us as we knelt. The spirits roar as the fire comes. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. The wood will always be scorched, but the rain has washed away the fire and smoke. Thank you.